everybody, welcome to a new video, and today we're going to look at Deaths Gambit. This game came out last year, and I didn't really find out about it until earlier this year. One of my friends told me it was going to have a physical release, and I decided to go to GameStop and pick it up. Now, the game only costs $25, and if you guys are familiar with games like, I would say, Castlevania, Metroidvania is what they like to call it. That's what this game is, and so far what I've played, it seems like a little bit of a mix of Dark Souls in there as well. So let's take a look at some gameplay. Alright, I just want to come out and say this. I probably would have never paid attention to this game unless it got a physical release. Once I found out it got a physical release, I decided to give it some attention. For the last few years, I've really been on the indie development, for games and everything. I just feel like these games are a full package and everything, and this one actually costs only $25 for it, but of course you're only going to get the disc and the case, no manual or anything like that, but we're used to that already. Now, the gameplay is a mix between, of course, Metroidvania, but I want to say it has a little bit of Dark Souls in there as well. If you've played Slain also, the deflect system from that game is kind of in this game as well, even though you don't need to use it all the time, but it does help. You play as a knight named Soren. Soren, unfortunately, has been killed early on in the game, but he's brought back to life by death. And you could kind of see where this is going. And by saying that, nothing good from being resurrected by death. So, as I was playing this game, I was really enjoying it. Graphics look great. I love the pixel art and everything. And I love the zoom in and out effects. It zooms in on certain points and then it zooms out. Just really looks very cinematic. But the game does have a learning curve. You need to learn how to block because enemies are relentless, and it's you just really have to learn that. So I'm just letting you guys know now. Learn to use your shield. If you don't, make sure you learn how to roll too. But you can't just spam those moves because your character actually gets tired. So there's a bar under your health bar. It's the green bar there, and it's pretty much your stamina bar. Every swing you take, every roll you do, every move you block, takes up stamina. And when you don't have enough stamina left, you're pretty much vulnerable. And you don't want to be like that because enemies will get critical attacks on you, which will lead to your death. So far, the game seems easy to control, besides the mistakes I made by just going out and just slashing everything at first. Definitely, if you get killed in this game, it's going to be a mistake you made, not because there's a flaw in the gameplay or anything like that. Now, the music is pretty relaxing as well. I'm not going to say it's going to like score any record deals or anything, but definitely it fits the game and the setting. So as you defeat enemies in the game, they'll drop items like healing items, weapons, and shards to help you level up. I have this weird habit of when I'm playing these games early on, I have to level up my character is extremely high because I just feel like I want the bosses to be easy. But even when I did that, it still took a lot of skill to beat these bosses because you have to get out of the way because their attacks are pretty brutal, and it just seems like the odds are against you, so you have to be very careful, especially when you go against bosses. When you level up in this game, you get to choose your stats that'll kind of help you out, whether you want to level up strength, your defense, magic, and so on. I'm pretty old school when it comes to that. I always go with my strength and everything. So, and also my hit points too. I wanted to level that up as well. But of course, knowing that, you don't have to do that. You level up your character how you want and how you play the game. One thing I really didn't like about the game, which is not a big deal, it's just me, is that the main protagonist is silent. And I just always feel like the protagonist should have a strong voice behind them. But I guess you could use your imagination. Everybody else has good, believable voices. I think they did a good job with the voice acting in the game. Some of the voices sound familiar, but I don't remember some of the names for them, but maybe some of you guys will if you play the game. Right here is the main first boss, and one of the reasons I beat her easy is because I got the critical hit on her. Once you learn how to do that, I'm telling you, the game will be easy. But, it took me a while to get it down. You could beat her probably easy without it, but me, I was getting beat up in this game, so it's kind of tough for me, but ended up getting her and learned her pattern somewhat, but she still is pretty dang tough. Also, this game has an ability tree where you learn new talents for your character to kind of help you, throughout the game. Also, this game was published by Skybound Games, a new publisher that's coming out. Well, that's pretty much out. They're actually publishing the Walking Dead series on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, and probably Steam too. This is their first physical game, as far as I know of, and I'm pretty impressed with their choices. You know, I was actually scared that they were going to be like one of those limited run companies. I mean, we got enough of those, so thank goodness we got this company selling games at retail release. I think I said this in a video earlier, but I got this at GameStop, and you know, I was surprised it was there. Unfortunately, I got a gutted copy, so I couldn't do a breaking the seal or anything like that, but there was pretty much nothing in here. But anyways, guys, that's Deaths Gambit. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to leave here and leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay before I head out. And hope you enjoyed the video. Radical Reggie, and I will see you later.